So, Jake, you're an avid condom user, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, on the regular.
Yes, me as well. So, I would assume you've heard of the infamous branded condoms?
Yo, that is an actual thing.
Yes, yeah. I didn't even know about this until like a week or two ago.
Ribbed for power.
I wonder what powers you would get if you used them. Just like
I
some smoke
Dude,
coming out of
cum
there.
power. Like that's gotta be.
Oh, man.
Like I don't even know.
I feel kind of brain dead.
It does. It's been a long little bit. It's been a while since we recorded because the last, what was it, 2 weekends I've been busy. The weekend before last we went to a Braves game, and that's up in like North Georgia, so that's like a lot of hours away. So we had to drive up there one day. We went to the hotel, and then we just walked from the hotel to the stadium because it was like a mile, maybe, roundabout.
That's not too bad.
And dude, I said this.
I guess.
I think I just mentioned it once in my video. I didn't go into depth about it, but they won 16-4 the game we went to. Yeah, like they hit like 6 or 7 home runs or something like that. It was crazy. It was so fun. I've never been to a game that had that many home runs hit. Like literally, we were walking into the stadium, and okay, we had to find kind of a special gate because the tickets we got were like, oh, you got the star fucking tier or whatever. Anyway, we had a special gate we could go through. So we spent like 15 minutes following somebody that like had those tickets as well, like, and she was trying to find it. And like we got to the game, like we walked into the stadium as the first pitch was being thrown, and we were trying to get to our seats as quick as we could. And, you know, couldn't you hit a double or whatever he hit? And then Matt Olson hit a home run directly where our seats were.
Nice.
Right there. But we weren't there yet. Like, oh my God. like you could see the people that sat around us the whole game. You could see them on TV whenever he hit it. Like,
That's awesome.
It was so funny. Yeah, like we would have been able to catch that too if we had been in the seats, but no, fate was unkind.
Before we talk about more reasons why our recording has been delayed so much, you mentioned something. Your video.
Mm-hmm.
You posted a video.
Yeah.
It's doing really good too.
I mean, for a first video, like, okay, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it was really good. Like, but for like somebody who hasn't done anything like that before, I think it was pretty okay. Like, I was worried that there was not going to be much content that would, like, it wouldn't be dense enough. It would just be like, you know, rambling on. But like, I was struggling trying to find things to cut out of it. Because like before editing anything, it was like over an hour. And I was like, this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was shooting for like 20 minutes or so and ended up being about 40, which I'm okay with it. It's like 39, I think. But I'm surprised at how well it did too, because
dude, it's got like over 250 views right now.
I mean, because
like
our regular
more than
podcast
all
numbers,
of our podcast episodes combined by like 3 times.
Which that's the thing. I kind of figured it would be like that when we started this. Like the podcast is going to be like the consistent thing. Like, okay, we post this every other week, and that's just, you know, what it is, and you know we'll talk about whatever. And especially once we have more like main content going on, then we'll be able to talk about that content, you know, like a little peek behind the curtain, I guess, if you only watch the YouTube videos and then you start watching the podcast later, you know? Because I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like, we're not going to gain a whole lot of like popularity just by doing this. It's going to be, you know, whatever videos we make, which it will be a while before even the first one that's separate from the rest of the videos come out. But we do be planning making Minecraft videos. Oh,
dude, when we make some Minecraft videos,
which
I know that you had talked about it a little bit to me.
Yeah.
That we would, because when we play Minecraft, we get into like a really big Minecraft mood, and then we just take a break for a while.
Yeah.
Because we play
we get
if we can play, we play 12 hours a day if it's possible.
And how it'll be, we'll probably play on the world and be recording and have videos set up but not edited at all, and then just have it until we don't really feel like playing anymore, and then we'll like release those batch of episodes after they're all edited. We'll release them weekly or whatever, so that way like once they start coming out it'll be consistent, and then after they end that'll be like block 1 of Shaftcraft 3, which
we'll explain Shaftcraft 1, 2, and 2.5. You guys will be able to see Shaftcraft 2.5.
2.5. We can go ahead and say the first video is going to be a world tour of the one we played on for, gosh, how many hours? We played on that for
I have
so
no
long.
idea. It was a while. I have a pretty massive hole.
Yeah, we have so many, like, dude, that gold farm, that thing is the craziest farm. Yeah.
Dude, and the Shulker farm?
And we have way too much storage for that gold. Like, damn, you went too far.
I went a little excessive on the gold storage.
You used so much iron. How many hoppers did you, like, so many stacks of hoppers?
I think it was over 2 stacks of hoppers.
Yeah. But stuff like that is what you can expect from our worlds. Just, if you've seen Hermitcraft, but in a world with only 2 people, pretty much is how it's gonna be.
It's not gonna be anywhere near as beautiful as their stuff.
Oh my god, no!
Don't expect us to build like Korean. Give us a while. It takes us a minute to
even
make things.
Then, I like judging from like a generic random person on like r/Minecraft or whatever. We can build some pretty fire buildings, like just from watching Hermitcraft. Like we understand the concepts of like color palettes and gradients, and when you should randomize textures versus when you should have them in blocks or fading into one another or whatever. It's like we have a general idea, even though we're not really capable of making it that great, but we try.
Yeah, I'm really good at doing the everything before the building everything beautiful stage. Like just, I'll make a bunch of chests in an area to store all my blocks. I'll just never place those blocks down. It's fine.
And
maybe this will be the time.
And I'm kind of excited because in mine, I have a little bit of a storyline brewing in my head, which is like, it's not anything that's going to be like a main center of attention. Like it's not going to play a part in 99% of the videos. It's just like, it basically just towards the beginning and like at the very end, you'll see, oh shit, that's cool. Because
Jake just wants to roleplay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Because it's like, to make good builds, like this from Scar, Good Times with Scar. To make good builds, like having something like some kind of storyline going along with it, like you can naturally just add a whole lot of life to the build without even thinking too hard. If you already have lore. Hold on. There's a dog at the door.
A dog. What dog it be, Jake?
It was both Myrtle and Mavis wanting out of my room.
Out? Oh, they didn't like you talking about playing Minecraft for 300 more hours? Oh, they know they're not going to be able to be pet as much. She'll be too busy.
Yeah, dude, Myrtle doesn't enjoy when I'm at my desk and she's wanting me to play with her hedgehog. She loves playing tug of war, and she will let you know. I'll tell you that.
Okay, I am going to vow to never go mining underground under normal means.
Okay, I've thought about having
no just regular caving. So I've
thought about having some kind of like weird stipulation for me as well. And I thought, oh, maybe like I'll only eat rotten flesh or something like that. Like that could be fun.
Awful. That would not be fun. That would be the worst thing ever.
I mean, that's the thing. It's bad. So it's, I mean, I feel like it could be good for content. So like, I'm about to die and oh no, I have food poisoning and then I die because of that. That would be good content. I would hate it, but
that could be put into like challenge, like we do a challenge with each other, and then whoever loses, like, maybe here, have a shulker box full of rotten flesh. You have to eat this before you're allowed to eat anything else.
You have to eat the whole. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that happened in Hermitcraft. Etho had to eat a whole shulker box of fermented spider eyes.
Which I know there was something where I think it was Green. He had to use the rockets that explode. So every time he used a rocket, he got hurt.
Yeah. I was playing a Skyblock thing, and it gave me some rockets. Like, when you finish, it's supposed to be like your celebratory rockets, but I took them so I could use them to fly around, but they explode, so I just kind of dealt with it, because it was free rockets.
Yeah. Dude, and okay, so I said the reason why we didn't record the week before last weekend, but last weekend, though, we went on vacation. We went to Florida. It's like a state park. It's called Weeki Wachee. It's like maybe an hour or so north of Tampa.
Did you say Wishy-Washy? Isn't that a Pokemon?
Weeki Wachee. I mean, it could be a Pokemon, like a Hawaiian themed Pokemon. It looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, no. It is. I'm pretty sure it is a Wishy-Washy, and it is a Hawaiian Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah. Dope. Let's see. I'm going to send it to you.
Is it like I'm picturing like a coconut and pineapple themed Bulbasaur.
I am thinking you expect too much out of the newer Pokemon stuff. This is just a fish.
It's new. Okay.
Yeah, this was
that's
in
boring.
The last one that was on the DS, I want to say. No, they re-released something. They had something else. This is Sun and Moon. It's the one where you were in Hawaii. Dude, when I got to the very end of this game, I had to go sit and plug up my DS because it took me like 3 hours to do the final fight and watch all the cutscenes and get through the credits because you couldn't skip anything.
That is insane.
Because it just took me forever to fight the dude because it just took forever. But oh my gosh, it was so much just listening to people talk. Because I had to read everything, and I'm a slow, dumb person and don't know how to read. And that was when I was a smaller child. Yeah, it was pretty agonizing. It was at my grandparents' house.
Yeah, anyway,
so you went to Wishy-Washy. Yeah,
Weeki Wachee. And dude, our Airbnb, it had a Street Fighter arcade machine in it.
Dude, we stayed at this cabin one time when we were visiting, just going on vacation to Pigeon Forge, and they had an arcade machine, and it was loaded with games.
Yeah. It was
super cool.
It was pretty cool. There were other games on there, but we just played I think Street Fighter 2.
Dude, there was a
I played against my stepbrother. I played just regularly every single time. I beat the first guy, no problem, and then the second guy I just got absolutely wrecked. Like, no matter how many times I tried, I would lose the second fight every time. Except when I played my stepbrother, and I just absolutely smoked him because he's
you played
13
Smash
or whatever.
Bros. Before, and he probably has no experience with fighting games.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he plays like MLB The Show and Minecraft, and I've heard several times through the wall, "Hey, you want to do a Risk of Rain run?" So I'm very proud that I've influenced him in that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, the Airbnb we were staying at, it was like you walk in and there's just a little like living room that's open to the kitchen, and then there's like the bedrooms and a bathroom, and I was like, okay, well this is a cute little thing, like we're staying for a weekend. It was, I assumed it was tiny. But then there was a door that just opened to the second half of the house.
That's whack.
It's one of those things. Like, it didn't look like it should be there. Like, I guess it was added on to. But yeah, there was just like a living room and a dining room that was as many square feet as the rest of the house. And it went on to in the back. There was a canoe and some kayaks, and it was like on a riverside. Well, this was a man-made canal, but it went into a river. And it eventually went out to the ocean, but obviously we only had kayaks, so we just kayaked through it, and it was really nice. Like, I'm a strong kayak enjoyer. I enjoy just just a good kayak. It's either relaxing or it's fun, and you're tired.
I always get them confused. Okay, is the kayak the single person one? Or that multiple people get in?
Yes. I mean, there are 2-person kayaks, but yes, it's generally. But like a canoe
those are really fun.
Like a canoe is what Kratos and Boy have in God of War.
Yeah, that stuff's lame.
Yeah.
I like to be able to be zooming by myself.
Yeah, dude. I always choose the kayak too. Like, they asked me, Jake, do you want to get in the canoe? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I already have the kayak out.
Why would you want to get in a canoe? If there's a kayak available, why would you want to get in the canoe? That's not even a question that needs to be asked.
But anyway, they had like it started out with normal houses, which I assume are still expensive as fuck because they're right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like they have access to the ocean. Of course, it's going to be expensive, but keep going down the river, and especially when it turns into actual river and not man-made canal, the houses get huge, the cars get expensive, bigger and bigger boats start showing up, and it is so entertaining just to ride through there, because it's like you can see everybody out there is friends with each other. Because think about it, think about if you live there, or if you have a summer house there, and you're just chilling on your back porch, or you're on your boat just cruising through the neighborhood, and everybody's always outside, doing something in the water or there. So it would be so easy to meet neighbors that way. Imagine if everybody was imagine if everybody in every subdivision was always just chilling in their front yards, walking all over the street, talking with each other. That's how it was at that river. It was just a dope ass vibe. It was cool.
Man, if only we were rich.
Yeah, right. And one dude we passed, he had a TikTok handle on his house.
Oh no.
And the only reason I looked it up was the fact that it was River Daddy.
Oh God. Did he go fishing?
He seemed like a pretty normal guy. No, okay. He seemed like a pretty normal guy. It was just random videos of oh, look at what I did out on the boat today, or whatever the fuck. He looks like, God, who did I say? Was it
Big Chungus and Jormungandr?
I think I said he looks like a young Kurt Russell mixed with buff surfer dude vibes mixed with handsome Squidward, and that's you mix those three together, that's what you're gonna get. But
yeah, I'd smash.
yeah, he seemed fine. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to report about River Daddy. Seems fine. What's up? I'll probably make this into a TikTok and tag him. What's up, River Daddy?
Dude, that'd be hilarious. Because what if he says something? What if he comments?
Yeah, that would be funny.
Dude, I mean, he makes a shout out. What if we get River Daddy followers?
Be hilarious. No, I commented on one of his things and he liked it. I think somebody said what where's his at? And I just said Wiki Watchy. It's nice there. I was just here on vacation, and he liked it. And she actually responded to me, and she said, "Oh, well, I just booked my next vacation. Thanks, I appreciate it." So I helped book this lady's vacation. Hell yeah.
She's going to go stalk him at his summer home.
That would be hilarious.
You're gonna be able to look up on the news in a couple months. He's just gonna be dead.
When you have your TikTok handle just out on a sign, like you're just begging for it, like like on a sign in your yard, like, or in your backyard on your fucking, I don't even know what you would call that, your backyard, because it's pretty much just a deck to the river. Like, anyway, while we were there, we went to, God, what was the place even called? It was like Weeki Wachi something, but it's like where the spring like originates. It's like all spring water and whatever. So it's like cold as fuck, but it was really nice.
Dude, there was a spring right next to the soccer field at the middle school I went to up in Maine. It was like really deep too. I stuck my arm down it on field day.
Remember Perks and Thomaston? That's spring water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. It was always really cold. I loved it there. There was that little mini golf thing inside, and like
that was the first place I swam on my own, because I didn't realize that the slide went out to too deep water, and I'm just a little sissy and didn't swim on my own before then, even though I knew how to. It's just I kind of had to put it into motion and do it, or I was going to drown. And
there are videos of me swimming when I was like 3.
Yeah, I was not one of those babies. You threw me in the pool and I sank.
Like my mom like put the little floaty things on my arms, and that's like when I learned to swim. But as soon as I was old enough to cognitively be like, hey, I don't want these fucking things on my arms, I just took them off and I was good. Like at the age of 3 or whatever. But anyway, at Weeki Wachi, there was a little like park area. There was 2 separate sections, right? There was one area that had like shows and stuff, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the other area was like the park area, and it was like they had like a little, not a pool, but it was just like a roped off section, and it like, had sand that went into water, like a little beachy area in the spring. And it was nice. There were little platforms you could jump off of and shit. They had 2 slides that went into that water, and they were the little ribs that connected the pieces of the slide hurt your ass crack when you're going down. So I have to detract a point from that. Me and my mom have real issues with slides like that.
Yeah, because we've had that kind of problem.
Have you never been to Whitewater?
Yes.
In Atlanta?
Multiple times.
Have you done the slide, like the body slides where you're not on a tube or whatever?
Yeah.
Those things break your back. Like the dragon drop or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that one sucks, because it's like literally trying to throw you off.
Yeah.
It's literally trying to make you die. I don't know why people would do that like, more than once.
Like the seams in the slide,
Oh, yeah.
They connect the parts. Like those, on some of them, on the older ones, they hurt your ass or your back.
Like, I've had them hurt my shoulders, but not
ass. I haven't had them hurt my shoulder. I mean, because you can lift up your shoulders a little bit. You can't just lift up your ass while you're in the slide.
Dude, do you not go down water slides in optimal sliding position?
What is optimal sliding position?
On your shoulder blades and on your heels. And then as much elevation as you can get from that.
Like a middle schooler trying to bench press.
Dude, this is the way you do it. Like, you got to cross your feet and stuff.
Yeah. But, yeah, at Weeki Wachi, okay. I also have a bone to pick with fucking Weeki Wachi. Y'all's lazy river. Oh my god. You look up the definition of lazy river. They just had, like, you get in a tube.
Water? It was just a river.
You get in a tube at one point, and then you get out on another point. A lazy river has to go in a full circle. They call it lazy river.
I hate the ones that aren't loops.
I shouldn't have to walk carrying a tube all the way back to the spot. That makes it not lazy. It's just a river. Don't call it a lazy river.
Yeah, that's pretty cringe.
Yeah.
I think you should give them a 0-star review for that on like Yelp or whatever. just because their lazy river sucks ass.
And then so that's the whole park side, which is, fine. It honestly looked really fun working there. Like, all of the employees were just talking to each other, like they were just vibing. Like, it reminded me, never mind, I'm not going to say that, but they were just being paid to flirt, basically. And that seemed like a fun gig. Like, the guy that put on our wristbands, like, he was working just at the counter with 2 attractive girls who were, like, they were just fucking around. Like, we were a party of 5, so they timed him to see how fast he could put on all of our wristbands, just like shit like that.
Wow.
Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it would be fun. It seemed like it would be fun to work there. But, yeah, so that's the whole park side. On the other side, they have, like, shows and stuff, which, I don't know if there were more, but the only ones that we went to was the main one, and then there was this little one with the guy talking about reptiles. It was really cool, though. He did a good job. He was talking about, like, he started with, like, alligators, and he pulled out a little baby alligator, and, let the little kids in the front touch it and whatever.
I held a little alligator one time.
Dude,
when I lived in Alabama, there was this place, because, like, we were really close to Florida where we lived, and, like, over in Pensacola, they had this place. It was Alligator Alley, and there's just a bunch of gators and, like, little, wooden walkways over the swampy area. Just lots of alligators.
Dude, I can't with reptiles, especially snakes. Like, oh my god,
Or you can't just look at them. It's not like they're gonna touch you.
I don't like looking at them. Like, I've had the opportunity several times, going to like to like museums or like a show at a zoo or whatever the hell. Like, I've had plenty of opportunities from my childhood to now to be able to touch a snake. I decline every time. It's like, oh, come pet our anaconda. Nope, I'm good. Like, I am fine not doing that. Like, we went to...
I held a tarantula one time.
We went to something...
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, fuck that, too.
Dude, it felt weird.
Like, we went to something...
It felt really weird. It tried to jump off of me.
We went to some, like, field trip in 4th or 5th grade, and everybody in the class touched the anaconda. I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, if I have a reason to touch the snake, yeah, like, I'm not... It's fine, but, like, why am I just gonna voluntarily touch this fucking... Like, that is so disgusting. I'm good. That's a snake, dude. That's a snake.
Why don't you want to touch a snake, Jake? There ain't nothing wrong with a snake. What'd he ever do to you?
Exist. Oh my god.
Be feeling different, not have fur?
Yes.
Are you reptile
Yes,
cyst?
I am.
God,
if you have scales,
what are you gonna tell me next? So you don't like bones in your food?
Look. If you have scales, fuck right off. I don't want you listening to our content if you are a fucking reptile. If you don't have skin and have scales instead, if you don't have eyelids and instead have a covering over your eyes to where you just have worse and worse vision until you shed, if that's how you live your life, don't listen to our content. We don't want you here. Fucking snake.
No, Jake doesn't want you here. Jake doesn't want you here. I love you all. You guys should listen to our content. Praise our lizard overlords. Anyways, what else did you do on this trip?
So the other show, the main show, actually, this is like the main selling point, I guess, of the park. Like, this is all their marketing, is their mermaid shows. So they played a little I don't want to call it a documentary, but they played a little clip explaining what it was before the show. It was made in like the 40s or something, like, 46, I think it was. And it was by this dude, right, named Newton Perry. And, which is whatever. But the weird thing about it is all of the, mermaids, the girls that work in the shows and whatever, like, for all of the ads, they have to, like, and in the show, actually, during the show, they have to, like, swoon and go, oh, Newton, and we love Newton. And, oh my god, if he was still...
Who is Newton?
The Newton Perry. Did I not say that? The guy that, like, founded it.
You very well might have said that. I was kind of zoned
Yeah, and
out.
anyway,
I'm sorry.
his Newton Berry, and the whole time they're just like, oh, Newton, man, I miss Newton. He was so great. His cock was so huge. Like,
Dude, yeah, this had to have been a
yeah, it
sexual
was
thing for him at one
100%
point.
a sexual thing. Like, he just had a thing for manatees. Jesus Christ, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about manatees next.
Oh, manatees.
Actually, the whole place, like, it is famous for like having a whole bunch of manatees in the area, and my mom loves manatees. That's like the first reason she planned this. Anyway, so yeah, it was 100% a sexual thing. Bro just liked mermaids and was like, hey, I'm just gonna found a mermaid show with all of my money now that I'm retired and, you know, in the 40s, because I, you know, bought my house for $29, and I'm just gonna like hire all of these teenage girls to so that they can love me and just pay them to swoon over me, and that's just how I'm gonna live live my life. I just couldn't word there for a second.
I mean, that seems like it'd be pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, no, like,
man, I wish I was rich.
The way they did the show was really cool too. Like, I think they have different themed shows. Like, the one that we went to, which I didn't even realize what the theme was until it was over. It was Greatest Showman themed. I think.
Oh, my mom would love that.
I think the only difference is that the main girl in the show was wearing like a Greatest Showman like outfit, like a costume, and I think that's the only difference. Like, if it was Ninja Turtle themed, it would be the same thing, but she would be wearing like a blue bandana or whatever and have a shell, and that'd be it.
Okay, you know what they need?
What?
They need to have a medieval themed thing one time. Yeah. But what they have to reenact jousting, but they just have two people in the tank with two male dolphins, and that's how they joust using the erect male dolphins.
Hell yeah, brother!
Did you guys know that dolphins were necrophiliacs? Is that what it is?
Yes, necrophiliacs. And that video that you sent me like an hour ago.
Oh yeah, no, I'm only saying this because I'm so upset that I saw that video, but it was just on my Reddit feed.
Yeah, it was just a dolphin in an aquarium fucking a dead fish.
Yeah, no, he bit the head off the fish.
That's all it was. Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah.
Because I've heard about that before. I've just never witnessed it, and I can't believe I've seen it now.
Anyway, the mermaids, how they did their show was actually really cool. They didn't have like oxygen tanks or anything, obviously, because they gotta be sexy and not be wearing anything for the most part. And so what they have is essentially, and this is the best way to describe it, they just had oxygen hookahs.
Dude, did they look like those bitches from Death Stranding? Just kind of hanging there dead with the cord coming out of them?
They just looked like hookahs, and they just breathed them in and breathed out bubbles, and it was funny. It was really cool how they did it, because like they just float in place, like in the show. So they breathe in and breathe out so that they can have their breath, you know, their buoyancy be perfectly level to where they just float in the water and don't go up or down. They just have the perfect amount of air in their lungs. Yeah, it's hard to do. Like, they have to do a lot of training.
Like diving and stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff you're wearing is buoyant, but you have to wear weights to help you stay down. And then you still have to have, you know, the right amount of air in your vest to make sure that you're floating properly to where when you do breathe in, you start to float up a little bit. It's hard to find the balance.
Yeah, it is, and they just do it just with their own breathing. Like, I think on the thing before it started, they said like a standard training for one of them before they even do their first show is like 3 months. So they work there for 3 months before they even do a show. You know what I mean? Like, they have, like, they're really good at what they do. But speaking of, you mentioned scuba diving, which, oh my god, I want to go scuba diving so bad. But we did go snorkeling, and
snorkeling's fun.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, the snorkel, like, we had wetsuits and shit. But it was like a thing we paid to do. Like, it was a group of us, like, it was us and then some people I think they said they were from Wisconsin, which is funny because I have your friends from Wisconsin. Just Wisconsin people are just all over for some reason.
I mean, it's a pretty big place.
Yeah, but like when you think, like, isn't it not very populated? Isn't it like one of the lower populated states?
Okay, let's see here.
Because like other than states surrounding Georgia and also like, you know, California or something, like probably the most common random state tag that I see is Wisconsin. Have you noticed that? Like
Wisconsin is 5.9 million.
Which
I don't know. There's a lot of states that are in the thousands, like Wyoming and South Dakota. There's lots of lower million ones. Let's see. I just want a list. Oh, there it is. With numbers.
I mean, because like what does Wisconsin have? Like Madison, Green Bay? Who the hell's gonna know that? Other than football fans.
I have no idea. I have no idea what's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But they're 20th.
Cheese, the Green Bay Packers, and the Wisconsin fucking Badgers, and that's it.
In that place with the musical instruments that play themselves.
Yes.
Called the House on the Rock. That's where I went for my senior trip. I mean, we went and did other things while we were there, but we did that.
Mm.
And it was very Christmas themed. They had literally hundreds and hundreds of gnomes that were all dressed up in Christmas outfits.
Nice.
It was insane how many gnomes they had.
I'm a gnome and you've been gnomed.
Damn, I can't believe I've been gnomed.
Anyway, the little boat that we were on, the captain, I guess, or not like the tour guide, but just the dude that was driving the boat. He seemed like really chill. He definitely like just
smoked weed.
Yeah, smokes weed and drinks Four Locos. You know,
awesome
to counteract each other. Like he's that kind of vibe. And the person leading the guide was pretty cool too. She got a lot of cool pictures actually, which I will send to you later, Landon, but we're just not going to be able to talk about them now because I need to have them sent to me. But she got a lot of cool pictures of us like snorkeling and whatever. Like there's just pictures of me just floating directly over a manatee. Like because there were rules on what we could do. Like you can't touch a manatee, but if a manatee is going towards you and you can't get out of the way, then you need to just freeze. Like they will move you, or you know, if they want you to move, you know, but like don't like reach out and touch them. On I think 2 occasions a manatee just bumped me out of the way. I was like, okay, cool. They feel exactly how you would expect them to feel. Like one brushed directly against my hand, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, just whatever you picture the texture of a manatee being, that's what it is.
Smooth because you're in water?
No, it was pretty rough actually. It's like if you have a grandpa, but just like your grandpa's arm that's just like dry and wrinkly, only like it's underwater and there's no hair on it. Like it was just really rough skin.
Yeah, your grandpa has way rougher looking skin than both of my grandpas. So
I didn't think about that.
Exactly,
so,
but
so yeah,
like,
my grandpa.
I've seen it. I can just imagine.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's pretty much how it was. And you can't splash in the water because like they can barely see. Like their eyes are like pushed in, like they're in little sockets. So how they mainly know what's around them is their tails. Like I don't know if it's like sonic vibrations or whatever the fuck. But especially if you were behind them, you really can't make any sudden movements because it'll overstimulate their tails, and it is very not good for them.
Were any of them named Barbara?
Hey, so sorry for that random and abrupt pause in our...
No. I asked you a question.
Okay.
I asked you a question back there in that random abrupt pause.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was...
Did any of those manatees happen? Did any of those manatees happen to be named Barbara?
I would imagine at least one or two were named Barbara, but it was not explicitly said. The tour guide said nothing.
That's lame.
Yeah. Like
you should give them a 0 out of 5 stars as well.
She was cool, but that's the reason why she got a 9 out of 10 review and not a 10 out of 10. She made no VeggieTales references. I was really disappointed by that. Not even like a Larry Boy reference. After she said that, like, when she was talking about not feeding the manatees, she mentioned specifically not giving them cucumbers. I was like, come on. Perfect. That's perfect for a VeggieTales reference. Anytime you can squeeze a VeggieTales reference into something, it makes it at least, like, 0.2 times better, at least.
I would agree with that. I was gonna have to bump you down a little bit if you would have said, like, twice as good, but 0.2 times, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. 0.2, yeah. Or maybe plus 0.2, because I think times 0.2 would make it go down if it's under 1. If it's a fraction, I don't know how math works. Oh, hold on, Myrtle wants out of my room.
What was that? Do we have another dog?
Yeah, first time was maybe say Myrtle, this time it'd just be Myrtle. But yeah, that random and abrupt pause that was said was said because I had to go move a washer and a dryer, and I had to change clothes because I'm sweaty after I showered. So that's fun. I'm just gonna smell tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll be fine, dude. So you was talking about your trips, and that's why you had to, we had some delays in the recording. But I also had my own
I don't even think the
problems
audience will see. That's why we have it like pre-planned 4 weeks in advance.
Yeah, we record really ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the internet and the camper just kind of shit itself.
Yeah.
Like the cord shorted. Like it's just all burned on the inside, which is crazy. But now we have a satellite that just picks up the Wi-Fi from the house.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, I had to
how is
put
it
it together. It was like really complicated Legos. It's pretty bad, but like it's working. It hasn't cut off randomly. It's just not super fast. I don't know if I would want to play any online games.
Yeah, that was funny on my end because what I heard was, I mean, it hasn't cut off.
Cut out? Yeah.
That was good timing. Thank you, internet.
Yeah, it's been struggling a little bit, but like it works enough.
But I mean, yeah. In which, if you do get the cord hooked up or whatever, then if one fails, you'll have the other. Like you'll have a backup source if you do get the other one back going. For faster internet.
I'm not going to set up the other one.
You're not?
No, I don't care that much. No.
Okay, that's fair enough.
If I have to download something, I will just go up to the house.
Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on how expensive that little crimper thing is, if it's like, $20 or something, then I can go get the crimper and a little jar full of heads to make up that LAN cable, and the next time I come up there, I can just fix it for you. Because I know how to make up those heads.
Yeah, I'll pay you with an Apple Watch that I found on the ground and next to the bed you slept on when you were here last time.
I mean, if you just pay me the cost,
Does that sound like a deal?
You just pay me the cost, or I guess your parents, but just pay me the cost of the crimper, then that's good enough.
That sounds pretty cash money. I mean, my dad was gonna go buy one, but they're metal ends, so he couldn't just go get the cheap one from Walmart.
They're okay. I got you.
Go get. We just ended up not getting it and then using the satellite thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not complicated. It would just be really...
No, it's really easy. I've used a crimper and done internet stuff before.
I mean, specifically for like cat cables, because there's like really, really, really thin, like hair thin wires that you got to have in a specific order in the head. And you have to do it in a specific... Like, if you haven't done it before, it would just be frustrating. Like, not hard, just frustrating.
It would have been fine.
Yeah, like on the box, there's like it says what order they need to be in, so it's not like, I'm not gatekeeping electrician knowledge. It's nothing.
Hey, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jake. Welcome to Internet Content with the Boys. I'm Landon. That's Jake, and this is Internet Content. As you can see, today's episode has not been like other ones.
God damn it,
don't
Landon.
listen to Jake.
God damn it. If you've ever seen anything on the internet,
don't listen
that was
to Jake.
us.
No. Yeah, it was us. We did everything, but that's fine. Or I'm just talking to them, Jake. I'm just talking to the audience like they're normal people. You don't have to go be scripted every single time you talk to them. It's okay. You can talk to them like normal people. Anyways, we've just been, talking about today. The last episode was kind of agonizing to edit, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Which I didn't realize it would take that long.
It was just so long. It was just such a long episode. I didn't think we would talk about animals that much.
Hopefully I will be interrupted no more times. My parents are taking our old dryer to my grandparents' house, and I have had to help move a wash and dryer several times during the recording of this episode. So there have been several pauses. But that did remind me while I was doing that. Update, I have my truck back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we went and got it on Friday, so the day before yesterday. And I took my grandpa's car that I was borrowing back over to him, and then but the weird thing was today when I went to go work out, there was a little bit of rain on the windshield, and I went to go wipe it off, and the windshield wipers went down instead of up, like the polarity was reversed or something. And so that's I was peculiar. Like, I'll just fix this when I get done working out. By the way, the workout, in the past, I have said that I can bench, 400 pounds or whatever the fuck. But in reality, I have actual progress that I just want to gloat to you about, Landon. When before I started working out, and pretty much for years, like since I've graduated, I've pretty much weighed 200 even, just not really gone up or down from that.
Yeah.
I weigh 190 now. I've lost 10 pounds since I started working out.
Nice.
And I feel like I haven't exclusively done cardio or changed my diet other than not drinking soda as much. But man, I feel better. My legs are strong as fuck though. I'm 190 and I can squat 224 reps. I don't know what my max is. I work out alone. I don't have a spot. I'm not finna find out my maxes. But I can squat 225 for reps, which is pretty good.
You could live stream it on TikTok or something. You doing squats, so that way when you collapse, they can at least call the police, so they'll know where your body is.
And I can leg press 360 pounds, which the buff ass dudes in the gym, like the dudes, they have tree trunks for arms, but their legs look like pencils compared to their bodies. It's hilarious. They, when I say a plate, I mean a 45 pound, that's just called a plate because it's the biggest one for the most part in the gym, unless you go to just a fucking hardcore gym that has more than 45 pound weights. But they do 245s a side, which is what I do for my calf presses, which is, not a full leg press. So I feel like a big boy when
I could probably lift it with one arm.
One arm? It's a leg press.
No, yeah, I don't care.
I mean, that's fair enough.
You don't know me.
Trying to do a leg press with your arms, you would be very liable to break your neck the way that you would have to position yourself.
Good.
I'm sure anyone that has used one has the same fear, but my greatest fear is doing a leg press and my legs just snap backwards. It just
dude, I've seen videos of that. It's insane. Someone locked their knees up and then they just bent the wrong way.
Horror stories, so bad. My guy.
So bad.
Oh my god.
Speaking of horror stories, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring recently.
Hold on, but before you start, I didn't finish what I was saying about the windshield wipers. When I got back, right, I took off the windshield wipers, took off the little cover over the thing in the engine, and I found the wire that went from the little engine for the windshield wipers to the wipers themselves. And then I just kind of, before I took anything apart or whatever, before I swapped the wire or anything, I just tapped the windshield wiper again, and it was just moving the way it was supposed to. I was like, what? And then, so I...
Dude, that's all it takes sometimes, is looking at it You got to look at what is supposed to do the things, and then acts right the next time.
And then, you know, I put the bolts back on the wipers, and I put them back on. I put the little cover back on the thing, put all the clips on, and had the windshield wipers, and it was perfectly fine. And it was just really weird that it didn't work at first. Because my mom had said, like, oh, well, maybe you should just call the place. And I was like, well, I don't want to, like, take a whole day, like, on a day off next weekend, like, going over there so they can, like, fix a wire. Like, if I can do it, then I want to do it, you know? I fixed it, yay!
That's understandable.
Anyway, I cut you off to say that. What were you talking about, my good sir?
Well, I cut you off to say my thing, so it's fine. Yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring. I've been playing multiplayer, at least attempting to. Apparently, if you kill a boss somewhere, like right when you get out to the first open area, there's this guy as a tree sentinel. If I kill him, then I cannot be spawned into co-op worlds in that area at all anymore. Like, I'd have to make a new character to spawn in there again. I can go back there and fight him a second time. Maybe not. I don't know. But there's area bosses. You kill them, you can't go back. If you go to a dungeon and you've killed the boss, you can't be spawned in to help somebody. It's pretty cash money, honestly. I love that they've done it this way.
Can't you, like, not use your horse in multiplayer either? Like, isn't...
Yeah, you can't use your horse in multiplayer. You can't summon your summons, which I love using my summons. They're very nice at keeping aggro off of me. Something that isn't too bad, whenever you join someone else's world, you have half the amount of healing items that you normally have. You have half the charges of your Estus Flask.
The hell?
I know it's a different thing in Elden Ring, but it's an Estus Flask.
Like, are there not more enemies, or do they not do more damage? Like, is that just the one way they have it balanced?
No, but it's balanced horribly all the time. All the enemies are either way too weak or way too strong. Because you can do it in any order you want to. Like, you don't have to go to the first boss, the, kind of first boss that the game tells you to. You could go off wherever. You could literally walk right around that castle and then go fight every other boss and then fight that one last.
And then just go and kill Ganon straight after the first little bit, right?
I mean, yeah, basically. Dude, it takes an item to summon a friend in. You have to use an item to be able to see their summon sign.
That's weird.
They're easy to get, but it's crazy that you have to use a consumable item.
Yeah, it's like...
Luckily, there's infinite amounts of them.
It's like every time your friend joins your Minecraft world, you have to, like, eat a cookie or something. You have to eat a golden apple.
It'd be more the equivalent of you have to, like, toss a crafting table into lava.
Okay.
And then your friend can spawn in. But every time he dies, you have to toss another crafting table into the lava. Every time you die, you have to toss a crafting table into the lava. Yeah, it's something.
It's like, it doesn't seem like much,
really
but before you know it, you're going to have a whole tree farm dedicated for it.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Me and Alex went through that first area where the first boss is. We, fought the little mini boss in the front of the castle. Neither of us died. We went through the entire castle just running past all the enemies and then got to the final boss and then killed him too. First try, both of them, because we were just so overpowered, because he's past it.
Yeah.
But I had just been doing other things, and even if I didn't have, him there causing bleed, I still would have only taken like 10 hits to kill him because of how powerful my sword is. And I'm officially to like new stuff.
Yeah.
I've done all the things that I've done on other characters. I've not played very far into this game. It's exciting. Can't wait to find another pit to the depths. So I can go exploring
when you played it at the beginning, weren't you like, yeah, okay, this is a game of the year or whatever? Like, didn't you really enjoy what you had played? I would have figured you would have played it a lot.
It was so fun. It was so fun. Oh my gosh, dude, I did play it. I played it for 52 hours on that character. I just did nothing. I just killed nothing important.
It's insane that you have 50 hours on it and you feel like you haven't completed a substantial amount of the game.
Well, I've done about as many bosses in this character that I've played on for 12 hours. So
yeah,
I was just kind of going slow, just terrified to go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really bad at those games. But I don't wear armor anymore. I have one piece of armor on because it gives me more max health. It lowers my defense.
I wonder if you can hear the doggos barking in the background. They are going crazy. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Should I investigate that? Or I'm working right now. I'm working right now. Okay, I am. So Landon, I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
In our Discord and the things we have to talk about, you put manatee conspiracy theory. What is?
Oh, dude, I thought you were gonna ask about a different thing on here.
I will ask about that later, but I'm curious about the manatee conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no, it's a very simple conspiracy theory. Just that down the evolutionary line that humans and manatees are way closer than we give them credit for.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because of how similar
I buy into
our bone structures are.
I buy into that, yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, same. I love the harmless ones like that don't really matter. Like the hide behind that we talked about in a previous episode. Just the silly ones.
When we were kayaking, we saw several manatees while we were kayaking. Like, it was pretty cool. But there was one that was just out of the water, kind of. Like, you could see its snout, and it was just like eating somebody's deck.
That's awesome.
It was funny because it's like going down the river. Like, what the hell is that? It's like moving, and that's a manatee snout. It's just trying to eat wood. Boy must be hungry. Ain't got no seaweed down there in those man-made channels.
Oh, those poor manatees. Okay, yeah, dude. The thing that I thought you were going to ask me about is my dad has bones on his bones.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna talk about that. It's honestly a really short thing to talk about. It's just like on his hips, there's little bone spurs growing on his bones. Like they mess with the cartilage. It's hard for him to sit.
Mm-hmm.
He can lay down and he can walk around, but it just causes pain because it just kind of pushes the cartilage. Yeah, he's gonna have surgery to get it done. They're supposed to do one side, and then after he recovers, the other side, because they just have little tiny drills, and they do 3 puncture points on your hip, and just kind of grind down the bone in there. And then but it it drills through the muscle to get there, so that's why it's like a 6-month recovery.
God.
Yeah. No, it'd be hard for him to walk.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be able to walk, he just might topple over.
Man,
because he won't be able to balance as much.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if that's genetic, I'm really out of luck because my grandma had that too on the other side of the family. She just kind of didn't get it taken care of until it was so bad that she just kind of has robot hips now, which is pretty epic.
Yeah, both my grandparents have 2 robot knees each.
Dude, my grandpa's got robot knees.
Hell yeah, brother. Before we know, our generation, because they're just gonna be so quick to replace, because as they advance these surgeries and stuff, the recovery times are gonna be much faster. By our generation, when we're old and have to get stuff replaced, it's just gonna be boom, new shoulder, boom, new jawbone, boom, new knee, boom, new spine. You know what I mean?
It'll just be cyberpunk.
Yeah, we will just be cyborgs.
Honestly, that'd be awesome. I can't wait until there's a time where I have to take some type of substance so I cannot succumb to my robot insanity because I have so many robot parts attached to me. Dude, there's some rumors that Red Dead Redemption 1 is being completely remade in the Red Dead 2 engine.
Dude. That would be awesome.
That sounds really cool. I know. I would want to really...
That would give me a reason to play the Red Dead 2 epilogue.
Yeah, no, I wanted to play the first game, but I just kind of don't want to spend $20 on it for my PS3. It's too expensive for me.
If they remade it, man, I'll pay $80 for that.
I'll spend more money. Yeah. Dude, I'll pay $80 to play it with fancy graphics. Dude, especially if they re-release Undead Nightmare as well.
Oh my god,
Like, it's just the game, but everybody's a zombie. Like, your family is turned into zombies. You have them tied down in the house, but you're just trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And it's so funny that they even did that. It's awesome.
Like, man, I wonder if it would be like more or less the same story, or if they would rework some stuff to fit better with Red Dead 2, or if it would just be like a shot-for-shot remake.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like,
I have no clue. But
wait, well, I mean, was it remake or remaster?
Rumor is it's been being made for remake, like from the ground up, in the new engine, so it'd look and play just like Red Dead 2, but it'd be Red Dead 1.
Probably better. I mean,
imagine the story won't be very different.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be really good. There's also rumors of a Black Flag remake.
Yo.
Oh my god. I would love to play Black Flag again.
And they just make the trophies even worse this time.
Origins. Oh my gosh, if they made the trophies worse, oh my god, I would have to do some terrible things to myself. Not actually. Dude, oh my god. The platinum for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I got it on the PS4 remaster. I can't even imagine doing it on the PS3. There's multiplayer achievements. I want to say I've talked about this multiple times on the podcast
you probably
already.
Have.
I probably have, but dude, oh my god, you had to play one of every game mode. There was like 14 game modes or something, too many because there wasn't enough people playing at any given time. You had to use every ability, and you had to prestige like God knows how many times. You had to get to an extremely high level for what you could actually play. It was just so repetitive and boring. Oh my god, it took me longer to do that than it did to 100% the entire single player. Oh my god, it was the worst thing I've ever done.
That really is, like, just being in lobbies for an amount of hours just seems agonizing. Like, I would not.
Dude, yes, no, I can't even imagine what the number of actual hours I spent waiting to join a game was.
Yeah, like it
had to have been at least 7 hours, probably more. Like, honestly, dude, it's insane.
You know this about me. I can be very close to getting a platinum, and then if I just don't want to do it, then I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I think there's an MLB game, MLB The Show, whatever. I think it's 22, where I'm one trophy away, but it's some shit like, as a fielder, catch a ball that was hit 110 miles an hour or harder off the bat, and it's like just complete RNG and luck based, and it's even worse than the one in 2018 where you have to break your bat. It's like that was the last one I had in that one, and that's just pure RNG. If it's something, man, if sports games didn't have online trophies, like do this in Diamond Dynasty mode and all that bullshit, then I would do like a video series where I just platinum every single, MLB or Madden or whatever that is, from the first time they had platinums, whatever year that was, like that would be a fun thing to do.
Sometime during the PS3, it was like the third year of the PS3 being a thing.
But now I know
if I have trophies at least.
Yeah, but now I know if I tried to do that, it would be like 2013 or 14 when I would have to start like playing online against other people and just have to hope that somebody booted up Madden NFL 2013
dude, if we play games and get some trophies, we could get a following enough that people might play the games with us to help with certain things like that.
that would be awesome. Man,
just kind of bring a little bit of life into some servers that haven't had people on them in a year.
Yeah, like
the last time they had people on, it was like 2 people that just happened to be playing at the same time.
But I just realized a lot of EA shuts down a lot of their servers that aren't being used.
Yeah, dude.
Like I think
I hate that's even a thing that happens.
I think they shut down the servers for Madden 2019 the last time I tried to play it, so I couldn't do any. I normally don't play the online modes anyway, but even if I wanted to, I wouldn't have been able to. I'm glad I got that platinum before that happened.
Yeah, speaking of platinums,
that's what I was just about to bring up. Yeah,
a platinum for the second time. We played It Takes Two.
Indeed, we did. It took us not a long amount of time.
12 hours?
Yeah. Was it even that
I don't
long?
even think. Probably not even that. It was so short.
That's what she said to you,
dude,
though.
You know what? We're gonna pause right here. Give me a second. Okay, I have sporadically done a bit of research. What do you think our playtime on It Takes Two was the first time we played?
Okay.
Where we explored around a lot more. We got most of the achievements just on our way playing the game.
I'm gonna give 2 guesses for the first time and this current time.
Okay.
First time, I'm gonna say it took us, 32 hours, and this time it took us 9.
You cheated on the second one. 32 hours?
Is that a lot or not much?
It took us 11.
11?
Yeah, no, they took us 11.
Really? Damn, okay.
And you cheated on the second one.
Is it exactly 9?
Yeah, no, it's 9 hours.
We only cut out 2 hours. I would have thought.
Do you think?
I would have thought.
I really would have thought it was more too.
I just remembered playing the first time for just so long. I remember taking forever doing it because it took us like weeks.
Yeah, I was surprised.
It took us weeks, and that was when we both had more time to play games. Like
we played other stuff though.
Yeah,
but like still 2 hours. That was very surprising. Yeah. I wish we could see like the exact minute amount.
That would be cool. So,
dude, I really want to be able to see the amount of button presses for like a specific controller. I think they should track that. It's like, you hit R2 16 million times.
That's one of those things that's going to be in your stat screen once you die.
Dude, if there's not a stat screen once I die, I'm going to be mad.
This is a thing that has been in our friendship lore for a long amount of time, and I think as the podcast goes on, friendship lore is going to be turned into just podcast lore.
It's going to get a second... No, dude, it's just going to get a second revival. So we're going to hit a new era of friendship lore.
And speaking of revival, this is going to be the creation of the internet content religion here. Okay. Basically, the basic concept is when you die, you have a stat screen and you just respawn, but it's in the year that you're born. It's
like a roguelike.
You just go back in time.
Yeah, it's like a roguelike.
Only you don't retain any of the knowledge, so it's like a roguelike that doesn't have any kind of outside of the run progression.
Yeah, it's a really bad roguelike.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's honestly the worst roguelike anyone's ever made.
Life is the worst RPG. I don't even know
that could have ever been created.
I don't know why the hell they wanted to make a board game out of it.
I mean, the board game Life is actually kind of fun.
I just said that to say that. I didn't mean to slander the game of Life. I apologize. It is a pretty good board game. Sometimes I just get caught up in the heat of the moment.
One day,
and I promise that it won't happen again. I'm
making an apology video. Stop talking. Stop talking. No, I don't care. No. Shut up. We need to get Tabletop Simulator one day.
We do. Dude.
Because there's that Monopoly game that's like got 3 boards. We got to play that one day.
Once we get like a better setup, once we get a permanent thing, even if like, let's say this just becomes our full-time job and we get an apartment or something, we need to have a setup where we can just like live stream tabletop games. Like we need a camera.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Camera that's hanging
all the time.
We need a camera that's just hanging from the ceiling, going straight to the board. And we need, just a camera showing the two of us. Like that be pretty fire.
Dude, we gotta start the pent. We gotta start the pent meta.
Yes.
Instead of playing chess, we're just gonna play pent all the time.
And
it is pronounced pente, but that's lame,
dude. And that would be great because then we could just get into just really random obscure board games and we can steal them from ProZD. He does a lot of board game and card game shit.
Well, that's cool.
I don't watch a lot of it. I just
any of his content.
I just subscribe to him, so I see it on my thing. I pretty much just watch his food review videos because those are great. But yeah, like we could give him a shout out every time we play a game that was stolen from his channel.
I mean, if we do something that's a direct inspiration from another channel that's literally their idea, we should probably say that.
Well, I mean, it's like like, I think he just...
For some stuff. Like, it's like, hey, yeah, we saw this game on his video, and now we're playing it.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, I mean,
things.
Yeah, it's like, it's not stealing a concept for a video. I think he does, like, board game reviews a lot of the time. But,
yeah, I don't know if I want to review stuff.
No,
I don't think I give thoughtful enough commentary. Yeah, this thing was cool. It was fun to play. I liked when I didn't lose.
Yeah, I mean, I could... I'm
predicting the future for our first time playing a board game. We'll have to see.
I could review movies if I tried hard enough, especially if it was like a movie that I really enjoyed and like saw and connected with the themes of it, you know? Especially if it had Haley Steinfeld or Jenna Ortega in it.
Jake, I think you might have a problem.
I'm sorry, I'm too straight.
Oh, Jake, you're just too obsessed with these people on the internet. You're gonna give our viewers the right idea. You guys should become unhealthily infatuated with us as well.
Yes,
I would love
just give
to
us money
read
for
all
nothing.
of your love letters typed out in the comments. Yeah, we can be your sugar babies, but we will not reciprocate ever, other than posting content.
Shit that Instagram commenters would call you down bad for. Just say that, but like it'll be known that it is what my brain just isn't working. What is the word I'm searching? Ironic. There it is. I'm a wonderful content creator who does not have a brain that works.
I mean, do content creators have brains that work? Isn't it just a thing when you become a content creator, your brain basically just becomes a leech and all you care about is views and money? Is that not? Am I getting the wrong idea? Should I change my mindset about this now?
That makes a lot of sense. I think that... Yeah, okay. But something I have noticed, if we do get bigger, I think any kind of anxiety that content creators get is not going to come from like this video is a 10 out of 10. Like, I need to have more views than the last one. Like, all the anxiety I get is just going to be from myself. Cause like I look at the views now, like, let's just say for the TikToks or for the YouTube shorts, like, I don't look at those and say, oh, well, this one did better. That means I need to do more of what that one is. It's like, I know it fluctuates and it's just, it is what it is and it's fine.
Yeah, it's never gonna, it's not just gonna consistently be like, oh yeah, you get this extra 1,000 views. Here you get 3,000 more views than the last time. This ain't no video game.
But giving myself a deadline and trying to do that MLB video by, I wanted it to be out by the, week of All-Star Week, for it to be, still relevant because it's a mid-season, review prediction thing. I was so stressed trying to get that out. That's why there hasn't been a TikTok posted in like 2 weeks. like any time that I had to work on those, I was working on the video. You know what I mean? Either writing the script or recording it or editing it or, recording over parts. Like if I, needed something. There was a little bit where I had to pause and give like a, take everything I say with a grain of salt because I made some bold predictions about a team that had the two best players in the MLB on it that both got injured between when I recorded and when I edited. So, just things like that.
I'm sure all your predictions will be correct and that if anyone follows it, they will be perfectly fine. And you can put that same disclaimer up if you want to.
Did you see the second disclaimer, Landon?
But it's a podcast. The second one, no.
Fuck you.
Okay. I hate to be such a downer. It was so hard to listen to. Oh
yeah, no, I know. I was very monotone.
It was pretty rough.
Like I see these things while I'm editing.
Gosh, I was falling asleep.
Like
there.
I can, yeah. Hold on. We can edit this out. I'm gonna find a timestamp for you because you need to read that second disclaimer.
Should I just read this for the audience?
Yes, you may. I was about to ask you to read aloud for the class, but
Let me back it up here. This first disclaimer says, we're not responsible for your shitty financial decisions, and if you suck ass and lose, we're not giving you any money. Blardy blar. Not funny and cool. Disclaimer. Again, internet content with the boys is not responsible for you you were really going to read this whole thing again? I was really just gonna copy and paste it. But I thought, nah, I already made that joke. So I wrote this to waste your time. Why are you still reading this? Damn it, Landon, I swear to God, if you don't respond to this, I'll know you didn't watch my video.
Preemptive
fuck you, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, I watched about 10 minutes and I didn't know what the heck was going on. I just was kind of vibing to the music and watching people throw balls around. Mm-hmm. And then I skipped in a little bit and I was like, yep, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. And then I stopped.
That's the thing. Like, if I made a video about something that you cared about more, it would be different, you know? Like if...
Yeah, dude, it was so hard to follow. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I do have other videos in my head that would be better. Have you looked at the things in the notes that we have shared in the notes app? Because I haven't looked at that in a while. Yeah, I've put a good bit of stuff in the video ideas because, you know, I have ones that I want to do, and then, you know, there's one, the Skinwalkers, and then just I have Landon insert some shit here if you have a video idea. But then I've added a few in the collab section of that note that we would do together. All right, so I got board games, which we already talked about. That would be dope, especially with an awesome setup with extra cameras. Board game drinking games, the same thing, but with alcohol, which would make it considerably better. And then, you know, the modded Stardew, which we talked about, random trivia, bro vs. bro, or internet versus content, whatever we would want to call it.
Jake, I don't think I'm in that notes.
You don't have episode ideas or video ideas?
Nope.
Okay, well, you're on it on my end. I'm going to... Oh, it just says...
That's peculiar.
It just says invited. I'm gonna send gonna send them to you again.
Okay, I don't remember ever receiving those.
I mean, you might just not have opened them. I gotta rework some of the episode ideas ones, and maybe put some of them in the video ideas because they're just not great for podcast. I've realized.
Yeah, dude. There are things that I would like to talk about more, but they would not be good for the podcast.
Yeah. Once we start making other videos, we'll be able to talk about behind the scenes things of those videos on the podcast, so we'll have more to talk about anyway. Hold on. Myrtle wants in.
Yeah, that'd be good. A Doge again?
Yeah, you know, they're just a little flustered. It's just me and my stepsister here, and they don't like it when nobody's in the living room, so they just don't know where to chill at. Which Myrtle will probably just chill in here under the bed or something. She wants a hedgehog, and a hedgehog has a squeaker in it, so if you just hear a random squeak, don't worry, because a very cute thing is creating that noise.
Dude, hedgehog are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
They so spiky, but then they just be soft.
So I've determined that my favorite animal is officially a raccoon. I never had a favorite animal, and, you know, yours was giraffe, my mom's is manatee. I never, you know, particularly had a favorite animal. TikTok has recommended me so many videos of domesticated raccoons, and I really want a pet raccoon.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And also,
I watched a William Osmond video. He got a pet raccoon that he got to take care of for a week because him and his wife were having a child, and they're supposed to be, you know, like a 2-year-old, destructive and all, just getting into places they're not supposed to be, just goofing around.
Mm-hmm. I may put my camera right here on the podcast real quick. I'm just gonna show Myrtle and her hedgehog for a moment. I'll probably just have like a 2-second clip of that, but okay, you can stop squeaking, Myrtle. Anyway,
Myrtle, you can squeak as much as you want.
Dude, in most of that MLB video, Myrtle is just chilling in the bed in the background. I enjoyed that.
Great background content.
Indeed. Because there's at one point she like hears something in the living room, and then in the next scene I cut to me and she's just gone. Once I I got back from the Braves game. I went to work on Monday, woke up at fucking 5 a.m. and went to work, drove an hour to get there. I get there and nobody's there. So, I call my project manager and he's like, oh yeah, I'm off, today and tomorrow, but you and Wednesday, but this other guy's going to be here Wednesday. You can help him, blah, 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 blah. And then, so Monday and Tuesday, I just don't work. So I just don't get any money after I had already taken off one day the previous week, and I'm going to have to take off one more day the next week. So I'm just like, not getting paid. And then Wednesday, I wake up and it's like 10, and then I look at my phone and, none of my alarms went off for no reason. And then I see that I had a missed call from the project manager. And then I was like,
that's fun.
But like, I'm glad that didn't happen somewhere else that would not have taken it that kindly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but
I recall you telling me about how people at your work get your name confused all the time.
Oh my God. So a lot of the time it's not even that. It's like we'll go to Wendy's or something and it's like every single place we go to, no matter who's there, no matter who's the fucking cashier, it's, oh, Jake is the name for my order. Okay, Jack. Sure. Jack is my name. Sure. Do you need anything else with your order? Jesus Christ. It's not that hard to spell. It's not that unique of a name. It is very common.
I mean, there's literally that State Farm guy. There's literally famous man with
it's
your
like, name. I know that my name is very common and I don't have much ground to stand on in this fight. But for anyone that has a weird name that Starbucks or whatever always gets wrong, I sympathize with you on this one.
Yusa da Boomba, Misa no Hava da Boomba.
Anyway, guys, that is the end of the episode. If you're watching on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast in audio-only form. In the future, if you'll want, you can send us emails to ask questions for the pod. But for now, honestly, if you just comment it, we'll read it. And if it's something you want to be read on the podcast, just like say that in the comment or something. And, if we want to, we'll get around to it. There's no guarantees.
I mean, if you say something cringe, we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, but like if you ask us a stupid, but
if you're cool, we'd love to build more of a relationship with our audience.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some parasocial Andes.
But yeah, if you've ever seen anything on the internet, that was us. And the next thing you watch is also going to be us, unless it sucked. So
we just sound a little different.
We're behind it. We're behind everything. We were secretly.
No, we record everything ourselves.
Yeah, we just do really good impressions.
It's just us with voice changers.
But yeah, see you in the next one. Whatever fucking video you click, see you there.
Shut up, Jack.